continued development agenda of this great state.
Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Gateway Diary. I am Victoria Oniaye. On today's episode of the program, we'll focus on Governor Dapo Abiodun's efforts at reviving the State Water Corporation and providing clean pipe-borne water for many communities in the state. We'll also look at new employment opportunities and other creative strategies introduced by Governor Dapo Abiodun's government that have been making the state's education system the toast of everyone. Plus the pomp and ceremony that greeted the celebration of the annual Ojude Oba festival in Ijebu-Ode and Governor Abiodun's plan to elevate the festival to a global stage. We have details of these stories and more in a moment. We begin this episode of the program with a story on how Governor Dapo Abiodun is bringing succor to many communities in Ogun State through the provision of pipe-borne water. Before his intervention, the state's water corporation was almost in a comatose, while citizens of the state provided their own water either through boreholes or public wells. However, the story has changed now as the state water corporation is now steadily pumping well-treated clean water in Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode, Shagamu and Ota areas of the state.
A few years back, when Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun promised that he would ensure all sectors of the state's economy feel the direct impact of good governance and meritorious leadership, little did everyone know that the Prince of Remo Land would immediately swing into action. Now here we are, witnessing the magic unfold as it transforms dreams into reality across the state, touching lives in ways that have never been imagined. Now let's talk about social services, shall we? Our focus is on clean, potable water supply. Clearly, Governor Dapo Abiodun and his team are well aware that a government that prioritizes potable water supply secures the health, dignity and prosperity of its citizens. That perhaps explains why he decided to resuscitate the state water schemes spread across the 3 senatorial districts of the state for the production and supply of clean, potable water. The Arakonga water scheme has always been a vital source of water for the Abeokuta metropolis and its environs. Unfortunately, this big facility had been in dire state before Governor Dapo Abiodun assumed office. The supply of electricity needed to pump water was inconsistent, the cost of chemicals for water treatment was skyrocketing, and pipelines damaged during the road construction disrupted the supply of water at homes and business areas. Many residents had to seek alternatives until Governor Dapo Abiodun changed the narrative.
There's practically no supply of water anywhere in Ogun State, particularly in Ogun Central, or let's say Abeokuta Metropolis. There has been no deliberate attempt or effort by previous administrations to invest appropriately so as to ensure that water supply is not epileptic. The people that work here have had to pretty much resort to self-help. And the equipment that we've seen, most of them are either obsolete or antiquated. As we speak, there is no electricity supply at this station. There is no water that can be treated. As a government, we are now going to be more deliberate. We are going to pay more attention.
Governor Abiodun and his team consistently visited the Arakonga water scheme to assess the situation firsthand and then returned to the drawing board to carve out a solution that is today bringing smiles to the faces of the residents.
During this administration, we've been able to increase the reservoir with the support of AFD projects. They've increased the reservoir by 14,500. So it's like it means more people can have more water.
The high lift pump at Arakonga water scheme supplies water to Asara Reservoir as well as the new storage concrete reservoir at Oketemidiri. And that one holds 14,500 cubic meter. And the areas like Obantoku, which have not been getting water for some years back, 20 years, they are now getting water. Fajol Estate, Ashero, FMC, Elite, they are getting water.
Let's break it down. The governor's solution is pretty comprehensive. First, he tackled the electricity problem, which was seriously hindering productivity. Then he upgraded the infrastructure and made sure there are alternative energy sources. He didn't stop there. He upgraded and repaired 5 faulty switch gates, bought water treatment chemicals, installed new water treatment plants, and even set up a reservoir with a capacity of over 14,500 cubic meters. All of this, in a remarkably short time, has revived the State Water Corporation.
Ogun State Water Corporation is now really ready to give our people water because water is flowing in the nooks and crannies of the state. Not only in Abeokuta, as I mentioned earlier on, it's also flowing in other towns. Well, what I can say is that even if you have borehole at home, you need to check the quality. But in our own case, we call something chlorine residual. The water that we give our people has enough residual that along the line, even if it comes in contact with any germs, it will destroy it. So you can be rest assured that the water you are consuming is very, very safe and wholesome.
Governor Dapo Abiodun is known to break barriers of limitation and has always crossed hurdles too difficult for his predecessors. The process of digitalizing the State Water Corporation was just an idea until Dapo Abiodun authorized the process and ensured its immediate activation.
We are issuing meter and people have been showing good interest that they need this meter. The issue of meter, we are moving from conventional to prepaid meter. So it is what you pay for that you consume. It is what you use in your house that you pay for.
Now, several homes in the state capital Abeokuta have been metered, while others who are yet to be connected to the state water pipelines are eager to be a part of this life-changing experience.
You know, it's not easy for us to get water through the well here. Though we dug it, but it is very, very far, almost 250 rings over, so and not functioning well. But immediately the government did the project. In fact, we really enjoy it.
The water is coming every time, so we are enjoying it. We drink it, we use it to cook food, so we use it to bath, everything, to wash clothes.
When we reach this place, the water is scarce. We are using well before. I thank the governor and I thank our people who think to give us this water.
Governor Abiodun's efforts didn't stop at Abeokuta. He is working frantically to ensure that the water schemes in Ijebode, Shagamu and Ota also function optimally, providing clean water to more communities.
I want to thank His Excellency for the assistance and the divine intervention. The community are very, very happy, and we have a lot of requests now on our table because they come together as CDA requesting for connection to our means.
At a time when many states are grappling to contain the spread of waterborne diseases, Governor Dapo Abiodun's commitment to solving the water challenge in Ogun State has transformed lives, and his leadership continues to exemplify the belief that access to clean water is fundamental to the health and well-being of the people.
Let's move on to something else. Our next story is perhaps one that many would call thoughtful leadership. And speaking of leadership, if you call Governor Dapo Abiodun a man of the people who puts the plights of the citizens of the state first, you may not be far from the truth. That's because since he became governor of the state, he has touched so many sectors, including education. One of the many lofty initiatives in the education sector is the Ogun Teach program, designed to ensure that classrooms in the state have the required number of personnel for excellent teaching in schools. That's an initiative many people have called a right thinking in the right direction.
A leader who prioritizes education lays the cornerstone for a prosperous and enlightened society. He plants the seeds of progress and innovation for years to come. So, let's talk about leadership and building a legacy that goes beyond lip service and white elephant projects. We are focusing on a legacy that is impactful, visible, and futuristic. Our spotlight is on the education sector in Ogun State. When Governor Abiodun assumed office in 2019, he faced a daunting challenge in one of the critical sectors of the state's economy, the education sector. Most primary and secondary schools across the state were in terrible shape. Classrooms were uninhabitable and the structures were literally falling apart. He knew he had to act fast, not on a mission to rebuild, but with a vision to truly transform the entire landscape of the state. His aim was to make an impact in all critical sectors and achieve visible and realistic results under his Building Our Future Together mantra.
We have prioritized the education sector to be in first-line charge of our expenditure and in all our local governments and the states. We have moved to briefly, quickly bridge the deficit that we met on assumption of office.
Beyond the neglect of many years, instead of embarking on building entirely new structures, he thought it wise to rehabilitate existing ones, making them habitable, conducive for learning, and well-equipped with public school students who had already lost hope in any form of immediate intervention from the government. This pragmatic approach has not only silenced his critics, but also filled the people of Ogun State with newfound hope.
Governor Dapo Abiodun has made education to be at his front burner. He has not joked with education at all. I mean, a very good example is the way you will see the massive development he did with infrastructures in education, because that was his first agenda when he came in. Because in as much as I can say we have 2,089 schools, I'm talking of public schools, we didn't do anything less than, we didn't do renovation and reconstruction for less than 1,600 schools. So that's to tell you that, because you would have seen all our yellow roofs, and to me, that brought a lot of smiles. It changed a lot of people's mindset in our schools.
Now, across the 3 senatorial districts of the state, the iconic yellow roofs stand as a testament to a renewed commitment to education. Almost every school in the state has this symbol, showing the impact of the Dapo Abiodun administration everywhere you go. These rehabilitated schools not only provide a safe environment for students, but also inspire a sense of pride and belonging. Now, that's what you call a realistic and impactful vision in action.
They have introduced so many initiatives to make teaching and learning to be much more convenient for both the teachers and the students.
Some of these things are already long overdue, and with him taking the bold step to bring them on, wow, kudos to him.
The transformation has been incredible, but for a man with the right vision, Governor Abiodun sees beyond the physical structures. He pays close attention to the human capital development of both teachers and students. Hence, the employment of 2,000 teachers bridged the population gap between teachers and students in the schools. They were first enrolled as interns under the Ogun Teach scheme before being absorbed as full-time educators. This initiative has not only bolstered the teaching workforce in Ogun State, but also significantly reduced unemployment in the state.
It has actually reduced the pressure on our teachers. Those that have been doing 4 months job before, they are now having relief because of the influx of these interns in our various schools. So it's a welcome development.
But Governor Abiodun didn't stop there. With the OGSERA initiative, the state government digitalized all lesson notes for secondary school teachers, moving away from outdated teaching styles. Teachers in Ogun State now have access to a uniform teaching curriculum, ensuring consistency and quality in education across the state.
Once you log in, this is what you'll be seeing. You'll be seeing all of this dashboard. So you have to come to this digital class, then you click on digital class, then you come to lesson note, teacher's lesson note. So once you click on teacher's lesson note, also this is based on the class you are allocated to as a teacher on the registrar platform.
Yet, Governor Dapo Abiodun understands the critical role of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, STEM. Hence, the training of 750 STEM teachers across the state.
On the training of 750 science, technology, engineering, and mathematics teachers in a new teaching pedagogy called PSI-PMI, in order to suppress the conventional approach of teaching, especially in the STEM areas, and embrace the new teaching methodology.
For the students, the procurement and installation of the Education Management Information System, EMIS, has revolutionized data collection, collation, and analysis across all 20 local government education authorities in Ogun State. Each student now has a unique identification number, streamlining administrative.
That's it. The regular football season is over.
What?
Yes, it's over.
Oh no, no!
But not for us here at Supersport. We've got your favorite players. Only they won't be playing for your favorite clubs. That's because they'll be playing for their countries in Euro 2024, exclusively on Supersport.
Yeah! Whoopsie! Sorry, that's actually